Good day, everybody. This is an interesting question. So foremost, we need a quarter circle. Let me give the information. ABCD is a square with a quarter circle that houses a full circle and a semicircle. We have a square, so I'm going to take this as a point E, F, G, D, E, F, G of, instead of saying side, it does not matter. Okay, say if I were to use the term area, of area 1 square units. We also have a rectangle A, H, F, E. The requirement is find the area of the rectangle, right? So this is what is required. Now the area of the square is 1 square units. That means this side is going to be 1 and this side is going to be 1. Side into side is the area of the square. So 1 squared is nothing but 1 into 1. Okay, fair enough. Now there are a few things we will have to start off with. So foremost, we have a circle at center, or circle with center O, and then we have another circle with center P. Okay, in fact this is a semicircle. Let the two, or I would say let the circle with center O have a radius of r units. Since there is also a semicircle at P, let its radius also be equal to r units. So it's actually the same circle, but the only thing is that this is a semicircle, this is a complete circle. Now the circle at O is tangential to the square. So by tangent theorem, the radius makes an angle of 90 degree with the tangent. Okay, so there is a 90 degree mark here. So let me use this color. So there is a 90 degree mark here. Now I can connect this, but to connect this I will have to use another theorem. Okay, So let me state the theorem. The circle and the semicircle have an external point of tangency. So by circle-circle theorem, if we draw a line through their point of tangency, that line will pass through their center. So if I were to connect them, it will pass through their center. Okay. Now clearly we have taken this as R. This is also going to be R. Now let the quarter circle's radii, this is the quarter circle radii, be R. So if the quarter circle's radii is R, this entire length is also going to be R, capital R. Right? If that entire length is capital R, then my question is, what is this length? This entire length is, the radius of the quarter circle is R, capital R. And if this is capital R, what is this length? Clearly that length is going to be, from R we take away small r, capital R minus R, that is the length. Now clearly this is R, right? There is a point of tangency here. Just now I mentioned to you, there is a point of tangency here. This entire length is R, so this entire length is also going to be R. And clearly this hit is 90 degrees. Okay, so OPC is a right triangle. Okay, so I have given the complete justification. So since the radii of quarter circle is equal to capital R, this means OC is capital R minus R. Also we have triangle OPC to be right angled. Right. So this means by Pythagoras theorem, we have, what do we have? OP squared plus PC squared is equal to OC squared. OP squared plus PC squared is equal to OC squared. So what is OP? OP squared is what? This distance is R, this distance is R. So that is 2 times R, isn't it? So 2 times R squared plus PC squared is R squared, and OC is capital R minus R squared. So this is 4R squared plus R squared is equal to capital R squared negative 2 times capital R small r plus R squared. Now this is capital R squared minus 2 times R plus R squared minus, I bring everything to this side, 5R squared is equal to 0. So this is capital R squared minus 2 times capital R small r. This is going to be negative 4R squared is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic. So let me rewrite that. Capital R squared minus 2 times R minus 4R squared is equal to 0. So let me go and check that one more time. So we got capital R squared minus 2RR minus 4R squared. I hope you got that. So this is a quadratic in capital R. So that means A is equal to 1, P is equal to negative 2 times R, and C is equal to negative 4r squared. So capital R is equal to negative b plus or minus root of b squared negative 4ac divided by 2 times a. So which is negative of negative 2r plus or minus root of negative 2r squared negative 4 times a times c is negative 4r squared divided by 2 times a. Okay, so this is equal to 2r plus or minus root of negative 2r squared. That's 4 times r squared. This is negative negative positive 4 into 4. I just take it as 4 squared, and then you have a r squared there, right, divided by 2. So I can take 4 out, and if I take because this is going to be 16 r squared plus 4. 16 plus 4 will give me 20. So 20 I am going to write it as 4 r squared times 5. So I have a square root like that. So plus or minus 2 times r divided by 2. So this could be rewritten as 2 times r plus or minus. I take the 4 out, I get 2. I take the r squared out, I get r. This is root of 5 divided by 2. So if I were to take 2 out and r out, this is going to give me 1 plus or minus root of 5 divided by 2. Fair enough, right? So 2 and 2 gets cancelled, giving me r of 1 plus or minus root of 5. So this is my capital R. Okay, so there are two roots. Capital R is equal to r times of 1 plus root 5, and r is equal to r of 1 negative root 5. Now we cannot take this because this will produce a negative radii. So therefore capital R is equal to r of 1 positive root 5. So this is my capital R. So let me go and write that down there. Okay, now with this, let me go back to the figure. Clearly you see here, this entire region is the radii of the quarter circle. Now clearly this is r, so this is also going to be r. So this entire region is going to be 2 times r positive 1. Okay, so that in turn means my capital R is also represented as 2r positive 1. So let me go back here. You know that capital R is equal to 2r positive 1. Also capital R is equal to what? R of 1 positive root of 5. So equating both, what do we get? We get 2 times r positive 1 is equal to r of 1 positive root 5, which means 2 times r positive 1 is equal to r positive r times root 5. So I would like to take everything to the other side. So 2r negative r times root 5 is equal to negative 1. I add these two, I get r negative r root 5 is equal to negative 1. I take the negative sign out and r out. So this is going to be 1 positive root of 5, right? I take a r out. So this is going to be, because we are taking the negative sign out. So if we were to take the negative sign out, clearly this has to be negative, right? So that's fair enough, positive, but r should be, when I multiply negative r with 1, I should get a positive value. So this is going to be negative 1. Okay, of course negative r multiplied with the root 5 will give me r times root 5 with a negative sign. So this is good. So you have a negative sign, but since we both have negative on the left and right, or I would say there are two negatives, we can convert this into positive. So r is equal to 1 over, I can rewrite this as root of 5 negative 1. Okay, so this is the value for r. Okay, now having obtained the value of r, let us go back to the figure. Now watch here. just now we have got, or we have just found this radii as a representation of 2r positive 1 for the quarter circle. Okay, so this entire length is also 2r positive 1. But what are we given? We are given the side of the square is 1 unit. So if this is 1 unit, what will be this value? That is the question. So we need to produce 2r positive 1. But we already know this distance is 1 unit. So if this distance is 1 unit, since the entire side should be 2r positive 1, this length is going to be 2r. Already this is 1, so this is going to be 1. So now the requirement is to find the area of the rectangle. So on one side we have 2r, on the other we got 1. So what is the area now? Can you tell me? So rectangle's area, is nothing but base multiplied with height. So base is 1 unit, the height is 2r, this is going to be 2 times r, but r is nothing but, the value of r is what? 1 over root 5 negative 1. So I'm just going to write that value. So 2 times r, 1 over root 5 negative 1, which is nothing but 2 over root 5 negative 1. But I cannot have it like this. I want to get rid of this root from the denominator. I'm going to multiply by root 5 positive 1. So this is 2 times of root 5 positive 1 divided by root of 5 squared negative 1, because a negative b multiplied with a positive b is going to give me a squared negative b squared. So that's going to be 2 times of root of 5 positive 1 divided by root of 5 squared is going to be 5 negative 1, which is going to be 2 times of root of 5 positive 1. This is going to give me 4. 2 divides here 2 times. So this is equal to root of 5 positive 1 over 2 square units. So this is the area of the rectangle. This is a lovely question. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you everybody.